cried over Zane's bad ending. Like, I didn't like full out like stream of tears, but I teared up and I had to end my recording because I was like, I don't, no. So I just don't want to do the bad endings, but I'm like, content. Anyways. But I have Raphael's card. And I'm excited. Oh, I'm ready. Sorry, I don't know why I purred. I'm done. I've got to stop. I need to be so real. I just got a DM. It just took me right out. I was like, damn. Okay. Ever since becoming Raphael's supervisor, my life as an enforcer has only gotten more complicated. Good. I love my fish. I love my fish. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I have no idea the lore. Time to get lore dumped. A streetlight on the corner watches the few pedestrians walk along a desolate road. Moths dance around its light. Night descends, hidden dangers stir, ready to emerge from the shadows. The abandoned buildings tucked away in the southern district have long since become lairs for the predators.
Our stakeout paid off. Look, we've got ourselves an enforcer.
Why did you talk like that?
We'll take out every big shot that comes down here. We'll kill them and toss their corpses to the dogs.
That's rude.
They see us as monsters and want us dead. In that case, let's turn this city into a place where monsters have the final say.
A dull ache spreads from my forehead to my limbs. Blood blurs my vision. I can't even muster the strength to get up. I was in the Southern District to gather information, but it looks like I'll die at the hands of these two predators instead.
Didn't you forget something?
Sorry. A cold voice breaks the silence.
You're...
Get lost before I change my mind.
Get lost, punk. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm taking this seriously. Why did I feel like somebody in the design room, when they did this, they looked at him and was like, why didn't we give him this hair, like, to begin with? What's wrong with us? The figure walks into the light. He's approaching me. The voice, the tone are unmistakably familiar. Hi. I frantically wipe away the blood blurring my vision. I look up at the newcomer in disbelief. Ruff. She passed it.
You've got guts, Enforcer. You actually showed up in a place like this.
Yes. A pool of blood stains his shoes. He bends down and picks up an ID card from it.
LCBI Operations, Sector 1, Special Enforcer.
Stop talking like that. I can't handle. I love his little necklace. Sorry, I'm just distracted. Imagine if he had piercings. Be too powerful, I fear.
They say you're looking for a predator named TAMINO.
Maybe. Why?
He's a notorious criminal who's capable of committing any evil deed. A regular face on your internal lists, so they say.
He moves closer and kneels down. Suddenly, that familiar face appears before me once again.
So, is the world's strictest enforcer planning to arrest me again? What game should we play to commemorate the occasion?
What? We're playing games? I was not informed. Recently, the crime rate among Lincoln's predators has risen to 70%. These individuals who have gone under a mutation blended in with the general population and possess strength far beyond the average human. Their tendencies for extreme violence turned the city into a playground for their destructive revelry. To address the growing unrest, the authorities invested heavily in a combat program against the predators, IEDS. IEDS. I feel like I'm saying it wrong. This special initiative aimed to produce robots that could deal with the predators. That's crazy. The predators who were apprehended served as ideal test subjects for it. 1 year ago. As the weekly morning meeting ended, I stretch my aching back and make my way to the conference room door. Suddenly, someone called me over.
Wait, could you stay behind for a moment?
Why, Nona, what do you need, my love? Here comes the troublesome assignment. Winona was a secretary from the operations sector manager. She handled almost all of the assignments and arrangements, big and small, within the LCBI.
There's an important task I need to discuss with you.
Oh? Okay. I nodded and pulled out a chair to sit down again. Winona turned and gestured to the holographic display she brought up.
You must have heard about it during our meeting earlier, yes? Given the annual increase in crime rate among our city's predators, the LCBI has been encouraged to adopt more aggressive countermeasures.
Oh.
The IEDS program has already begun. We'll be selecting a suitable test subject from the pool of predators we've detained. This individual will need a suitable supervisor.
Damn it. Winona's words carried a hidden meaning and my heart sank. A chance encounter during my childhood revealed that I was immune to the predator virus. Oh, so everybody knows. Maybe there was a special antibody in my blood, but for my own safety, I never shared this secret with anyone. Assuming they hadn't found out about it, what would they ask from me?
Your resume said you're friendly and have good communication skills.
Right. Everybody puts that on their resume. How else do you get a job? Noticing my wariness and confusion, Winona patted me on the shoulder.
And more importantly, you were born in the Southern District where the predators gather. You're familiar with their behavior. That's why the LCBI has decided to entrust you with this important assignment.
I don't want it. Do I have the right to refuse? Why?
No, but we will provide you with the best health insurance.
All right. Thanks. Noticing my slight relief, she gave me a kind smile and continued speaking.
The situation isn't as dire as you think it is. Take a look at the file.
Take. Name, Raphael. Age, 24. Birthplace, Verona. Occupation, opera singer, former. I'm sorry. Background: a famous opera singer from Verona, a town renowned for the arts, the leading actor in Siren Song. 2 years ago, he was accidentally injured during an attack and became a predator. He suffers from memory loss. Personality: independent and reclusive. Avoids communicating with others. Girl, you right. Shows no apparent aggression towards non-predators. Does not socialize with other predators. Prefers to be alone. He's so me. Threat level: triple S class. What? It's not as dire as you think it is. Then why is he labeled a triple S? What do you mean? As the elevator doors opened, Winona and I entered the LCBI's command center, which is located on the B1 floor. So my job is to monitor this predator who goes by the name Raphael.
Correct. Like other Triple S class predators, he possesses strength that far surpasses a non-predator's capabilities. Even though he lost most of his memories and appears emotionless, he still possesses a strong sense of self. The official assessment of his frenzy index has been recorded. It's very low.
Okay.
So long as nothing unexpected occurs, he won't pose a threat to you.
Wait, are you telling me that he'll go into a frenzy if, like, unexpected stuff just, like, ruins the mood and the day? He is me, I fear. What if he does? As if anticipating my question, she handed me another document.
Of course we have a backup plan in case things go awry. These predators have been implanted with control devices for pacification. They're directly linked to your equipment.
Oh.
In other words, if he enters a frenzied state, you're the only one who can pacify him.
Interesting. My eye itches so bad. My makeup's bothering my dry patch. Oh my god. I'm the only one. Sorry. I knew what happened when a predator went into a frenzy. When a predator displayed animalistic predatory behavior, they attacked anyone they perceived as prey until their target was dead. Either you become a predator too, or you died. As the gravity of the situation set off alarms in my head, Winona opened my mouth.
I must remind you that even the most experienced animal trainer can still get mauled by a wild beast.
Thanks, Winona.
I wish you the best of luck.
You're so great. Thanks for reminding me. Wow. As I stepped into the testing arena for the combat simulation, panicked cries rang out.
This is bad. The predator has escaped.
Man, this staff really do. You guys had one job.
Where's his supervisor? Hurry up and find him. He couldn't have gone far.
I just got here.
Won't you look at that? Your first assignment is here.
I just got here. Amidst the chaos, she solemnly placed her hands on my shoulders.
The future of the LCBI is in your hands.
No pressure. Yeah, no pressure. No pressure. During the evening rush hour, the congested roads erupted with screams in every direction. An office worker was attacked by a frenzied predator in public. Enforcers quickly arrived on scene and shot both individuals. They died. That's sad. The two bodies were loaded into a I'm not laughing. I just am like, that's crazy. You just, boom, done. The two bodies were loaded into a salvage vehicle, which quickly drove away. Only dust was left in its wake. The onlookers dispersed without a second glance. They were unfazed by the incident, and the intersection swiftly returned to its usual hustle and bustle as if nothing happened. Attacks like this occurred in the city every day. I'm so close to the target. Why haven't I seen anyone yet? Is it like a tracker? Oh my god, it is. He has like that tracker that you put in pets in case they get lost. He's a tracker. I love that. I let out a sigh as I followed the blinking red dot on my tracker to a narrow alley, searching for the predator I had yet to meet. In the dim light, I saw him standing before an old vending machine, seemingly staring at the items inside. It's him. Hello. Predator's hearing was good, too good. In fact, before I could get close, he whipped his head around to face me.
Got any spare change?
Why do you sound like that? That was terrifying. I didn't expect for him to just be like, spare change? Okay. Hello, nice to meet you. We're not going to even do formalities? Okay, cool. I couldn't let my guard down. I reached for my reinforced handcuffs attached to my waist, but my hand grabbed nothing. Bitch, you stole them. You bitch! You bitch! You bitch! How dare you? He raised his hand and waved the handcuffs. He swiped right under my nose. His expression, a mix of surprise.
Oh, your eyes are working. You must be mute then. Has the LCBI lowered its standards?
We're gonna fight.
If you don't have any money, forget I even asked.
Boy! How dare you? Yoink. I can't. Stop. As he turned to leave, I lunged forward and grabbed the chain around his neck. Stop right there. What flavor do you want? Oh!
Honey, do...
Are we choking him? He's just like... I love it. I love it. I'm here to stay. I'm sad. The item slid out of the vending machine, and I handed Raphael the honeydew flavored yogurt drink. Finally, I had a chance to observe the predator standing before me. The fate of this city didn't rest in my hands. But letting a dangerous predator like him run around would definitely destroy my already limited career prospects.
If you're going home, you might want to take the long way round.
Why? Raphael tore the straw packaging with his teeth, and his gaze drifted to the pitch black end of the alley.
You smell it?
What do I smell?
Blood.
Okay.
A blood donation van on North Cloudwater Road got into a pileup. It's only 2 blocks away from here.
Oh. He spoke cheerfully, but there was a playful look in his eyes.
During the day, the predators suppress their instincts and blend in with the crowd. But at night, that's when they come out to feed. I bet those predators are starving after catching a whiff of blood.
This music needs to chill. Why am I panicking? Stop. Chill! Jeez. Yo! Chill. The music's taking me out. Okay. As if on cue, the unmistakable sound of flesh being torn apart resounded behind the mountain of a garage.
It looks like we're out of time.
Awesome. I love that for us. A nauseating stench permeates the air as a shadowy figure emerged from the abandoned buildings. They converged onto the street. The group grew in number. They entered the narrow alley like a swarm of ants. Raphael flicked his wrist and tossed the empty... I like to assume it's empty. Tossed the yogurt container into a nearby trash can. And then politely waved goodbye. What?
Farewell, walking buffet.
I'm gonna beat your ass. We're gonna fight. I should reach out and grab your freaking... I hate you. In the blink of an eye, he appeared on the roof of a nearby building. Smelling the scent of a living creature, the lower class predators moved fast. They were heading toward my position. I gritted my teeth as I held my gun in my hand. 6 bullets wouldn't be enough for me to fight my way out when there were this many predators. If I wanted to make it out alive, I needed that combat-ready predator to help me. 5 yogurt drinks, any flavor you want. He turned around real quick. He's like, ooh! Ooh. That was so cute. Just his little face. He was like, in the dim glow of the streetlight, his ears twitched. Me being his ears twitched like a cat.
Are you trying to bribe me?
Yes. He appeared on a car roof and leaned down, smirking. He held out his hand. Why is he like a cat? Why is he like a cat? Just
50 bottles.
10. Why would you need 50? They'd expire by the time you get to them.
30.
20. I wrote this game.
Death's knocking at your door and you're still trying to bargain?
Yes. Think about it. If I die here, you won't find another enforcer. Shush. Think about it. If I die here, you won't find another enforcer who's willing to meet your demands. Excuse me? My gun clicked. I ran out of bullets. I didn't get to finish that. Raphael placed himself between me and the looming threats. Thud. He slammed a trash can against the predator's head.
20 drinks and extra free time outside every day.
Deal.
Damn it! I'm an S-class predator! Are you even treating this seriously?
Go, Raphael. As soon as the words left my mouth, flames rained down, carried by the night wind. They devoured the predator's horde. Dark figures crumpled as towering flames engulfed them. The air was filled with the never-ending chorus of screams. This is traumatizing.
Where did this monster come from?
Raphael's not a monster. He's just better than you. The screaming in waves of approaching predators disappeared as they were consumed by the crackling flames. It's crazy. He's so pretty, though. I raised my head, and unsettling quietness fell over the street. It was as if everything was business as usual. The only sound I heard was the soft clink of swinging shackles. He stopped in front of me, purposefully reached for the badge hanging on my chest.
LCBI Operations, Sector 1, Special Enforcer.
Yeah, hi. That's me.
It's time for you to keep your promise.
Okay. Let me get you your yogurt. I can't.
Scratch that. You'll be my dear supervisor.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Raphael was shrouded in mystery. If he could escape at any time, then why did he choose to stay at the LCBI? And why did he obediently follow me back that day, after that day? Winona was curious about this. In her words, the conflict between ordinary people and the predators will inevitably escalate. Before effective weapons or a cure for the predator virus can be developed, my conciliatory approach might be successful. And as the only enforcer who survived living with a predator for 30 days, I became a valuable research subject. After a month of coexistence, I thought I found a way to balance the power dynamic in our relationship. The most important element was that fucking yogurt. It's the yogurt.
Did you get it?
It's the yogurt. Yes. Raphael's eager gaze landed on the shopping bag in my hand. They ran out of the honeydew one, so I got coconut instead. Do you want to try it? His expression faltered, look at him pouting, but he still took the straw and poked it into each yogurt drink in succession like before. You're telling me this man sat them down, poked in, and just like, what, down them like shots? So I can't tell if he's hard to please or easy to please. What? In the testing arena, the second weapon trial concluded earlier than expected. This poor man. I feel bad. I feel bad. What do you mean he's a test subject? The battle barely lasted 10 minutes before the new combat robots were reduced to nothing more than scrap metal. In stark contrast to Raphael's composure, the observers and experts responsible for recording the data were quiet.
These predators are nothing but monsters! They should all be exterminated!
Thanks so much. Raphael ignored the outburst. He lazily stretched on the spot and walked toward me as I stood in a corner.
Let's go.
Where are we going? I wasn't sure when it started, but coming to me first after finishing the trials became a habit of his. Oh. bless the person who said put him in that. Good shit. To gather more observational data, the LCBI didn't place any restrictions on Raphael's movement. Since I was worried he might cause more trouble, I had to keep a closer eye on him. I cleared out the storage room in my apartment and set up a small bed to serve as his temporary living space. Oh my god, they live together. Having returned home, Raphael sat cross-legged on the sofa and changed the TV channel. It was past midnight, and the late-night program aired a classic romantic movie. Oh. If you had been more enthusiastic, that 60-year-old researcher would have had a heart attack.
But when his wig flew off, everyone was entertained, yeah.
I love this man. He tossed the empty yogurt bottle into the trash can. How many is he eating?
By the way, does this yogurt drink really cost you a day's worth of your salary? You're not lying to me, right?
Imagine if he was lactose intolerant. Is all he eats yogurt? Honey, that's not healthy. Oh, honey. I nervously chewed on my straw and guiltily averted my gaze. Yeah, it's expensive. The economy isn't great right now. The housing market crashed, deflation, even the mayor's cat has to settle for less. Bitch, shut up. If it weren't for my boundless compassion, could anyone afford to cater to your delicate palate?
Are you sure it's not because you're poor?
That hurt. That hurt deep down. That's stung. Oh god, he innocently asked the question without a hint of malice. I can only respond through gritted teeth. Why don't you earn some money and help out then? The genuine confusion and bewilderment in his eyes made it impossible for me to stay annoyed. He is just a little guy. It was hard to believe that he used to be an opera singer. Hugging a cushion, I scooted a little closer to him. Raphael, do you remember what you were like when you used to sing?
Nope.
That's sad. Have you ever wondered if the person you are right now might not be your true self?
You seem to be curious about me. Very curious. What about you, though? You're in a rut. Have you ever stopped to think about what you really want?
Can you stop reading me like this? He's not just reading MC, he's reading me. And
Do you want me to help you kill them?
Who? What? What? He met my gaze. The corners of his eyes appeared sharp in the dim lighting. Who are you talking about?
Those useless higher-ups at your LCBI. Don't you want to do it? Or are you too much of a scaredy cat?
Okay, this took a turn. It did. It took a turn. Raphael suddenly leaned in, and he rested his right hand next to me. Boop. Hello. What am I doing? Oh.
They ignore your well-being and force you to watch over a predator who can end your life at any moment.
What just happened? Now hold on just a minute. I shifted and my knees bent slightly to press against his abdomen, but I can't move anymore. Sir, we don't know each other like that yet.
Yet they turn a blind eye to what you truly want.
What do I want?
It's something even a child could understand. You should at least know that.
Why are you like this? He lowered his gaze, then he smiled.
Scared of me now?
No.
Are you thinking that a predator's tendency to destroy and kill overpowers their emotions, so you shouldn't let your guard down?
His fingertips glide across. What? His fingertips glided across my back as I tried to get up. The restraint on my wrist loosened. What? He pulled his hand back and waved something in front of my eyes. It's the remote, you bitch.
Can I change the channel?
I hate him. I want to live in that moment for a minute longer. He's just like... I can't stand him. Fuming, I snatched the remote from him and turned the TV off before he could protest. It's almost morning. Go to bed.
Okay. Sure.
He really does come across as emotionless, but he's just... He doesn't realize... I love when they do that with characters. They just, like, don't realize that there's, like, anything mean. Oh my god! I woke up in a cold sweat. I had a nightmare where Raphael tore me apart and ate my flesh. I pushed open the door to the side room. The bed was empty, and the blanket lost all its warmth. Did he run away? I scanned my surroundings. The front door was still locked from the inside, and all the windows and doors in the bedroom and living room were intact.
Let me go!
The percent sign and hashtag really took me out. I didn't know those made sounds. The sound was coming from the balcony. I expected the worst as I rushed through the living room. I yanked the glass door open. What? In daylight's embrace, Raphael stood on the window frame, carrying a struggling burly man over his left shoulder. He lowered him to the floor. What just happened? Neither of us say anything. We just look at each other.
Let me go!
Stop
Damn it!
using those. Stop. The hashtag and symbol don't have sounds. Bodies. Raphael? What? What's going on? Bodies covered the tiles. Predators were stacked on top of one another, and their hands were bound behind their backs. Their wails filled the air as if they were in a constant state of agony. The really cheerful music really adds to the scene. I recognized several of them. They were notorious criminals from many wanted posters. They always managed to escape the authorities. However, Raphael pulled out a calculator. We did tell him to get a job. We did do that. Raphael pulled out a calculator. His fingers flew over the keys before he held it up to me. I saw a string of numbers on the display.
3 B class, 4 A class, and 1 S class. All of them are predators with criminal records. The LCBI wants them arrested too. This is the total of their bounties. Is that enough to cover our living expenses for a month?
Same. Same girl, same. The neighbor who was... The neighbor who was watering flowers on the adjacent balcony overheard the commotion and looked at us.
Ah! Oh no! There are predators everywhere!
Shut up. My neighbor Xavier would never talk like that. Sorry, I'm done. As Raphael embraced his predatory nature and started making some money, the third weapon trial arrived as scheduled. I heard the robots were upgraded with an improved automatic defense system this time. Their shooting capabilities have been enhanced as well. The plan was to have the trial last longer than the previous ones. Fortunately, at the 30-minute mark, Raphael managed to twist the head off of the third robot and tossed it into the equipment salvage area.
How did he manage to pull that off?
He's just good like that.
70% of Unit 1 has been compromised. Unit 3 and Unit 4 are in an even worse state. 90% of their integrity has been destroyed.
This is not my problem. A somber mood engulfed the observation room, yet I couldn't help but feel relieved. He's so cute. Look, he just doesn't... Let's go home. I did my job. As Raphael emerged from the testing arena, everyone's gazes were on him. The fear and disgust were apparent. He does not care. He ignored their scrutinizing looks and walked toward me as usual, but his brow furrowed when he took my hand. He seemed to be concerned.
Why are you sweating so much? Your hands are cold, too.
Am I okay? What's going on? Why? Oh, unable to offer him an explanation, I shook my head. Oh my god, she was nervous. For a moment, I almost thought he wouldn't make it out alive. It's nothing. You did great today, and I prepared a reward for you.
You're treating me like some kind of pet.
Cutie! Sorry, you're not a pet. I've made so many jokes about him being a pet. Sorry. It's a lighthearted remark, but he tightened his grip on my hand. It was dusk when we arrived at the entrance of the White Whale Theater. Posters for Siren Song were plastered everywhere. During the short walk from the entrance to our seats, countless people turned their heads to catch a glimpse of him. The sound of steady breathing was next to me. We were barely 10 minutes into the performance. Is he asleep? Unable to bear it any longer, I gently kicked his ankle. Raphael slightly swayed his head before it fell onto my shoulder. He fell asleep. Just a sleepy little guy. I can't believe your artistic sensibilities were thoroughly eroded. I had originally planned to take him back to relive that familiar performance, hoping to learn more about his past. I let out a silent sigh. People began to leave. As we made our way to the exit, he rubbed his eyes and tossed the crumpled program brochure into the empty trash bin.
The lead opera singer was terrible. 5 notes were off key in a single line. Also, that final high note was more like a shout.
His words instantly drew a flurry of hostile glares from those around us. Embarrassed, I lowered my head and tried to hurry him toward the exit, but a well-dressed middle-aged man stopped us.
Excuse me. I'm the opera manager. Could I talk to you two in private?
Is there something we can help you with?
My apologies for the sudden intrusion. You see...
The opera manager wasted no time in explaining why he approached us. The terrible lead opera singer Raphael criticized was injured recently. Moreover, an important performance was scheduled in a month. All of Lincoln's VIPs would be attending it. Raphael's build and appearance closely resembled the masked protagonist on the opera's poster. Consequently, the opera manager hoped he would be an understudy for the role. Has no idea.
Come to think of it, your friend here bears a striking resemblance to that famous opera singer from several years ago.
So you're telling me this dude just walked up to somebody who looked like the guy on the poster and was like, "You sing?" Like, what? Which one?
You know, Raphael. Haven't you heard of him?
You're right. This isn't the first time somebody made that comparison. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Raphael emerged from the fitting room. He wore an expensive formal outfit. The suit boasted a snow-white lining with a perfectly tailored jacket, intricate embroidery, and beads adorned the collar.
It's a bit tight around the neck.
It's okay. You look cute. I stepped closer and loosened his collar. What about now? Raphael gave me a thumbs up. Upon seeing him, the opera manager's eyes sparkled with excitement.
Excellent! Excellent! I knew I was right about you. You're the understudy we've been looking for.
Okay. An opportunity to make money fell right into our laps. Of course, I refused to let it slip away. Not to mention, I was curious to see how Raphael, who didn't remember anything about his past, would interpret a role that might be tied to his own history. Raphael, here's our chance to make some money.
Huh?
He's from the Southern District. He doesn't have an official ID for this area, so we need to keep things off the record.
I see. Well, since he'll be an understudy, we don't expect him to actually sing. In terms of payment.
What? He can sing.
Hmm?
Five minutes later. Using the sheet music, Raphael finished performing a segment from Siren Song. Already a crowd of onlookers gathered at the dressing room door. Gee! Look at him go. Stop. He just Phantom of the Opera. Sorry. Worried that his identity might be exposed, I grabbed a mask from the makeup table and put it on his face. Yes. Such a
Why do I have to wear this?
Just shut up. Don't move. In many stories, the protagonist often wears a mask when he kills people. His enemies only caught a glimpse of his face in their final moments. Raphael, however, only responded with confusion. He rubbed his chin against his palm. It tickles. Against my palm, hold on. Only then did I realize that his past was bright and full of hope. It was a masterpiece crafted by a painter or a singer who poured every ounce of passion into their life's work.
Hey, snap out of it. We're about to sign the contract. Make sure you check the payment and clauses later.
Okay. He's a smart cookie. Love that for him. He's so cute. I hate it. Raphael walked over and took my hand. My heart suddenly started racing before I knew it.
I want her as my assistant, and she gets her own salary. Add that to the contract we talked about.
Okay. Wow. After the meeting ended, Winona stopped me at the door of the conference room. She gave me the morning newspaper. Health Department Director found dead in private residence's underground parking garage last night, suspected to be a victim of a predator attack. Renowned philanthropist found in the basement with his hands tied behind his back, body covered in fluorescent spray, paint that spelled out the word shame. Did he get involved in the play? Start to kind of relate to the character and applied it to real life? Riots caused by the predators become more and more frequent. A cloud of unease hung over the city. Citizens continue to take to the streets and demand the authorities implement laws to control and even exterminate the predators.
The higher-ups secured a large amount of funding. They say it's from Ever, and it's to be used for developing weapons against the predators. Do you realize what this means?
Holding several documents, Winona signed and patted my shoulder, sighed.
Your predator pet will have a short life.
Winona, fuck you. To regain the public's trust and quell the anger, the authorities must announce a solution for dealing with the predators. That made Raphael an obedient triple S class predator the perfect target. Mulling over my anxious thoughts, I arrived at the testing arena. Raphael leaned against the doorway. Emerging from the shadows, his figure was softly illuminated by the corridor's motion sensor lights. Have you been waiting long?
Not really.
I'm gonna fight somebody. The minute he just finished, the trial must have lasted longer than usual this time. I touched the faint bruise at the corner of his mouth, where it's formed and perished on my lips. The tensions between predators and ordinary citizens that continued to build finally erupted into large-scale protests on Saturday. Protesters demanded that the authorities take action against predators within the population and implement strict laws. Riots were almost an everyday occurrence. For safety reasons, many roads were barricaded and guarded by armed personnel. Yet beneath the security cordon, the prime viewing spot along the serene river still hosts a magnificent floating stage constructed right on schedule. Siren song produced by the White Whale Theater Troupe was set to begin at 7 p.m. Raphael, are you nervous? He looked up only to be momentarily stunned by his eye-catching reflection in the mirror. The makeup artist adjusted Raphael's cuffs. Unable to move, he lifted his head to meet my gaze.
Why would I be? Didn't you say you wanted to hear me sing?
Yeah. The exclusive Riverside seats welcomed their distinguished guests when there was only a minute left before the curtains rose. The city's elites were always fashionably late, if it meant that they could make a grand entrance. The spotlight above the circular stands dimmed one by one. The sunset's golden rays danced across the river's surface. As twilight dyed the sky, the performance began. A barge emerged from the ethereal night mist. Shadowy figures slowly materialized from the darkness. The voice was unlike anything the audience heard, yet no one understood why it sounded different. The more intently they listened, the more elusive the voice became. As the performance reached a climax, photographers forgot to press their shutter buttons, critics' pens fell silent, and even the elite stopped their lofty discussions. Years later, I would still firmly believe that in those few moments, everyone at that performance thought of one thing. This would be a night celebrated and remembered for generations to come. That's our little siren. After the show, rain fell. The luxury cars parked along the street drove away one at a time. With an umbrella, I rushed to the temporary waiting room on the roadside as soon as the opera ended. Raphael emerged from it alone. His unruly hair was damp from the rain. His thin, loose pants clung to his legs, and his embroidered suit that it looked as if it was drenched. It appeared stuck to his body. Poor thing. He's drenched.
What were they screeching about at the end? All that noise made my head hurt.
They were giving you a round of applause. After a performance, everyone cheers for you. How can you not remember that? Wasn't sure why I felt the need to explain. Looking down, I noticed how soaked his shoes were. Never mind. Let's get out of here. Raphael patted his pockets before opening his hand. In his hand lay several opulent rings.
The lead opera singer gave them to me. He said I did an okay job as his substitute. I also embodied his style. Sort of, anyway. I only asked, "Who are you again?" Then he stormed off and slammed the door behind him. He has no manners.
I love emotionless Raphael. He's just completely like, what? Why are you angry? What did I do? I love it. After Raphael's supposed death, imitators popped up like no tomorrow. This actor was one of them. In fact, he was the most convincing copycat out of the group. They said he had performances at home and abroad scheduled well into next year. If these rings were from this rising star, they were probably valuable. The cheers and applause you heard were for you. The people in the audience didn't show up for anyone else. They wanted to see you. You're not anyone's substitute, Raphael. You're the one they admire and aspire to be.
So, you want him?
As I collected my thoughts, I smiled at him and waved.
You want 10? I don't have that many.
He's such a, like... In that head, there are no thoughts. I wasn't implying that at all. I opened my mouth to explain myself, but I changed my mind. Amidst the array of dazzling jewels, I pointed to the most understated one. It was the ring he put on before the performance. I want the one you're wearing. On my ring finger. Ma'am! The subtle hints. He gently took my hand. His skin brushed against mine as he slid the simple band over my finger. Oh my god, they're so married. You wanted to give me a ring. Is that because you like it?
It's valuable. I thought you might like it since it's worth a lot.
Thank you. A bunch of the theater managers mistook me for your agent. They asked for your contact information.
Did you tell them I bite? And how painful my bites are? They might even die from it.
Boy. Hush. That's a secret. That's a secret. We don't tell people about it. The rain stopped and the air along the riverbank was infused with a fresh scent of wet grass.
Do you want me to go with them?
Oh. Why are you cooperating with the LCBI? Unexpectedly, we blurted out our questions at the same time. With your skills, it wouldn't be hard to overpower a few enforcers, hijack a patrol car, and drive on Lincoln 24 to reach the Southern District. Since they planted a control device in you, I can't help you find a way to deal with it. I can help you find a way to deal with it. Raphael stopped in his tracks. When he spoke, his words lacked any warmth. They were as cold as the lingering raindrops on my skin.
Have you ever seen how the predators feed? They use their claws to make an incision along their prey's spine, then tear it apart. The predators start eating the internal organs before moving on to the muscles and flesh on your bones.
This is dark.
They're no different from hyenas. Dismembered limbs everywhere. I don't like it.
Do you like being with us then? Well, I guess the answer is no. In the end, the predators and ordinary people were fundamentally different. Yet with his primal instincts and innate nature, he either failed to recognize these differences or chose to disregard them. Raphael's gaze returned to me.
In your eyes, am I no different from the other predators? Forget it.
Don't even give me a chance to answer, boy. I'm gonna yell. Before I could respond, he abruptly turned away. His irritation was palpable. He walked to the edge of the bridge, his eyes fixed on the river's inky depths.
You blind... Oh.
Excuse me? A patrol car sped past us on the wet road. A bottle flew out of its lowered window. What? In an instant, Raphael shielded me with his body.
Why are you hiding? Hick, who said you two could sneak off and...
Hit. Before I could even register what was happening, the patrol car skidded and careened toward the left guardrail. The unconscious driver was slumped over and deployed airbag. The man in the passenger seat instantly sobered up from the shock. When Raphael dragged him out of the car, he frantically clawed at Raphael's hands and begged for mercy.
As you can see, snapping their necks and tossing them over the bridge would be easy.
When did he change?
I wouldn't hesitate to do it. I won't show a sliver of mercy either. But you tell me I shouldn't. You always sympathize with these so-called companions.
pinned the man to the ground and used the torn seatbelt to bind his hands behind his back. He unceremoniously tossed him into the trunk.
This is the real difference between us.
The searchlight on top of the bridge swept across his face. The harsh glare danced across his features.
Cutie.
Oh my god, I got a cutie! Sorry, I got excited. I didn't think we were at that place yet, but oh my god, he said my name. Oh my god, it's like my legal name. Wow. I love that. Well, now I'm sad.
Even after learning all that, will you still let me come home with you?
Yes. Yes. Yes, I would. I finally reached the LCBI building. I pushed through the sea of protesters and strikers that filled the streets. The corridors were filled with staff who had phones between their shoulders and ears. They hurried from place to place. A seventh provision, aimed to control the predators, had entered the drafting stage. Everything seemed to be moving in a direction that promised to breathe new life into the city. The fourth trial commenced as scheduled.
We set everything at the highest possible level. It's about time we made this predator suffer. Are you ready?
No, I don't want it. I don't like it.
It worked! Look at the Predator. It's never been beaten this badly before.
I don't like it here. Once they collected enough data, the researchers finally ended the trial. It lasted 94 minutes and 5 seconds. It was 3 times longer. Jesus!
I was hoping that predator would die today.
If we're going to watch it die, we might as well broadcast it, so the entire city can watch. Then everyone can see we developed a weapon to use against the predators.
Yeah, okay, Raphael, you, me, we take out these guys, let's dip.
We owe it to that brand new energy vein they discovered underground in the Southern District. The protocore thing.
Yeah, I heard Ever is already preparing to start their mining operations.
Fuck ever.
No wonder the investment got approved just like that. They're probably planning to clean out all the predators in that area before proceeding with the energy extraction.
The conversation abruptly stopped. Down the seemingly endless corridor, a crowd surrounded a middle-aged man as he left. I couldn't make out his face, but I heard he was a trusted confidant of Ever's shadow director. As soon as the crowd dispersed, I swiftly made my way into the testing arena. I reached for the door handle. He collapsed into my arms as if his soul was sucked out of his body. I'm gonna kill somebody. Open wounds were visible between his fingers and some still oozed blood. I'm angry. I'm angry. Raphael tapped my forehead as if his injuries weren't concerning in the slightest.
Something's been bothering you all day. What's wrong?
You're sitting there beaten and bloody and you're like, what's going on? What's wrong? I was afraid you were going to die. He didn't take my hand this time. He was probably worried his blood would get on it.
Why? People die every day.
It's not easy to explain. Just try to prioritize your well-being next time. If it's too much for you, just fake it so the trial ends early, okay? Got it? That's not easy.
You're weird. But okay.
Thank you. Thanks. I know. I am. I admit it. I am. As the combat program system evolved, the chances of Raphael dying in the next experiment or the one after increased. A plan formed in my mind. I was going to help him escape. I couldn't explain why I was doing it. I just knew I refused to stand back and watch him fade away. But if I let him leave, the authorities will do everything in their power to bring him back. The safest option is to make everyone believe he's dead. After extensive inquiries, I obtained information from underground contacts about several S-class predator fugitives. The dilapidated building before me, teetering on the riverbank, served as their hideout.
Wouldn't it be faster to just charge in and dump them at the LCBI's doorstep?
If it were that easy, we would always be buried in work. If you don't want the entire city hunting you down, follow me.
Fine. I'll pretend I'm slowly approaching them, before acting like I can't handle them. I'll wait for you to bring in the enforcers. Once you surround us, I'll make my escape.
Anguish choked my heart, but I forced myself to smile and nod. Raphael glanced at me, then he turned away and sighed.
I'll be waiting. Don't leave me hanging for too long.
Is she about to just leave him there? His figure quickly vanished behind the dilapidated building. Everything was ready. I grabbed my comms device and contacted my colleagues at the LCBI. I spotted 3 predators at the intersection of the city's north and west sectors. All of them are confirmed S-class criminals on our list. 2 of them are also prime suspects in the recent bombing incident. The mention of the potential high-profile arrest immediately perked up the team on the other end.
Understood. We'll immediately request a tactical unit to be deployed to your location. Keep the comms channel open for updates.
Our goal here is to round up all of these predators. As soon as the large group of enforcers arrived, the predators' criminals quickly sensed something was off. When my comms device buzzed, I answered the call with unwavering composure. As expected, I was greeted by a less than friendly voice.
Call off your people now! Otherwise, your lapdog dies!
Go ahead then, do it. I've been wanting to get rid of him for a while now anyway.
We were all humans once. You think I don't see through your act? Just as I thought. You never saw us as humans. You can't even save your obedient lapdog. But you have the audacity to claim you'll save the whole city. Hey! Say something to your master! Let her hear!
I didn't know what was going on over there, but I knew Raphael hadn't said a single word. In the midst of the complete silence, a familiar voice reached my ears.
You left me. Is it because you hate me?
Like, what if I just shut down the game and, like, uninstalled it? Like, what if I did that? Like, what if I did that? What if I did that? What if I did that? To Infold, how dare you? How dare you? No!
Should I stay here? Okay.
My comms device vibrated twice in my pocket. It was quiet and unmistakable, and I knew what it meant. All I had to do was give the signal.
The target has been surrounded, Enforcer. When should we move?
The building was rigged with explosives. Taking care of these predators wouldn't be a challenge. Not to mention my true motive will be revealed if this continues to drag on. Raphael would return to the LCBI while a more qualified enforcer replaced me. There was no time to lose. I opened my comms channel. More people needed to witness his death on this accident. Attention all units. The building before you has 2 prime suspects behind the recent Magnolia Square bombing. The year's almost over and Operation Sector has been behind on arrests. It's time we changed that and earned ourselves some points. Cheers erupted across all channels, but one voice.
What? Have you lost your mind? The Predator is still in there. You can't just...
My phone's dying. Oh, okay. It's 5%. I cut off Wynona's transmission and issued the command without hesitation. Do it. The explosion roared to life. A 3-story building crumbled along with its support columns. Flames licked away at the walls and peeled them away like paper. Chunks of debris plummeted into the river behind us and sent massive waves crashing against the shore. But I knew Raphael would find a way out using his skills. She left. What? You blew up the building. Can I? I want a refund. I want a refund. My heart was steeped in anticipation and dread as it raced. I ran to the riverbank. In the darkness, I found what I hoped to see, a pair of eyes shining with the river. He waited. Maybe he wanted to hear me say his name one more time, but I remained silent. No! He gave me one last look before slipping below the water surface. He vanished without looking back. That night I had a dream. Raphael had transformed into a fish and swam to a distant shore that stretched into the distance. His fins morphed into legs and he stepped into a beautiful, breathtaking land. Instead of singing, he picked up a paintbrush. Effortlessly, he filled the canvas with intricate patterns of light. His hands were as elegant as ever. Even if he'll never sing again, I was sure he'd be a wonderful artist. I hate it here. This is the worst. Okay, 1 year later, we're back to the part that was so much lower. The winter sky has darkened. Only the LCBI's towering building is ablaze with light. Inside, staff from various departments work well into the night.
Did you see the news report 10 minutes ago? Get here pronto. We have an emergency.
Oh no.
Who else could it be? Flow and Fire just emailed their next hit list to the mayor's inbox. They're treating the transportation department's archives like their own personal playground. Just come in. If anything, do it for Lincoln. You know Ever's protocore mining operations have already...
Good. A year passed since then. I hadn't seen Raphael since. He vanished without a trace. There were rumors of someone who looked like him among the predators in the underground world, but these sightings were fleeting at best. I was working tirelessly to improve my position in the LCBI. I needed to find Raphael and see how he was doing, if he was still alive. But every lead turned into a dead end. Meanwhile, a symbol continued to appear at various crime scenes, a black flame. It was the call sign of Flow and Fire, a predator organization that recently appeared. All their members were from the impoverished Southern District. An hour later, the bureau chief stormed into LCBI's conference room. His face barely masked his indignation.
Those damned predators knew about our plan and deployment beforehand.
Wow. Before the meeting, Wynonna told me about a certain rumor. The higher-ups apparently agreed to a larger-scale collaboration with Ever. Whether the true objective was to exterminate the predators or secure the protocore veins, no one was certain. I regret to report that Flow and Fire has intimate knowledge about our every move, yet we remain in the dark about their operations. The only concrete information we have at the moment is their leader, TAMINO, being an extremely dangerous triple S-class predator. He managed to bring even the most dangerous predators to heel. These were individuals who decapitated their allies for support. In addition, they were carrying out a series of meticulously planned operations. They treated the mansions of Lincoln's elite as their personal playground for criminal activities. Tamina's whereabouts are unknown. No one has seen him to this day. A heavy silence hung over the room as I delivered my report. The bureau chief's expression grew increasingly grim with every word.
The 7th provision of the Predator Management Act is about to go into effect. We cannot allow them to interfere. Operations Sector 1 will handle this. You must arrest him and bring him to justice before then.
Yes, Chief. No thanks. Protect my boyfriend. In one of the southern district's abandoned buildings, the data broker stood with his trench coat collar turned up. We exchanged glances.
Same as always. You know the price.
He discreetly signaled a number with his fingers. Although it wasn't cheap, it was reasonable.
By the way, why are you interested in Tamino? Are you serious about arresting him? Let me give you some advice. Quit your job as an enforcer while you still can.
Oh?
When the Predators finally take over the city, the enforcers will be the first one they go after.
I appreciate your concern. From now on, if you find any leads related to Flow and Fire, contact me immediately. Darkness enshrouded the winter sky. As I approached my car, I noticed how my shadow moved more quickly. I reached the car door while turning around to shoot behind me, but before I could, a dark figure dropped down from above. I fell to the ground and a dull ache radiated from my forehead.
Ha! What did I tell you?
Oh, there's this guy again.
It's an enforcer.
No, stop.
Killing her would be too kind. You have no idea what those LCBI bastards are capable of.
I feel like the first guy is like trying to enunciate a lot, but sound intimidating, and it's coming off very weird. Yes, I love it. A scorching gust cuts through the evening air. Flames erupt and consume the two figures in my periphery. Wow. When they died out, a shadowy figure emerged from the darkness. He slowly advanced toward me.
LCBI operations, Sector 1, Special Enforcer.
Hi. I missed you. Hearing a familiar voice, I looked up in disbelief. I saw a face I hadn't seen in a long, long time.
They say you're looking for a predator named Tamino.
Yeah.
He's a notorious criminal who's capable of committing any evil deed. A regular face on your internal lists, so they say. Raphael caressed my hand, but his fingers suddenly froze when they brushed against the ring on my ring finger. What? You don't recognize me anymore? No, I do. And I'm crying. Raphael brings me to Flow and Fire's underground base. The predators encircle me, and their excited whistles pierce the air.
Let's skin her and hang her corpse by the door of the LCBI's building by dawn.
Chill.
We'll show those enforcers what happens to the people who oppose us.
Chill, bruh.
Why don't we just eat her? It's been ages since we had a proper meal.
No, I'm not tasty.
Everyone out. Now.
The room falls silent. No one dares to defy his command.
Focus.
Okay. I look up and realize we're alone in the warehouse. Raphael lifts my chin with the tip of his dagger, so I'm forced to meet his gaze. Whoa.
You're capable and not stupid. But you still managed to get caught by the predators.
Are you flirting? Sorry. I'm done, I'm sorry.
If all enforcers are like you, Lincoln's future is pretty bleak.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna cry. My silence seems to irk him. He changes his approach.
For 3 months, you had people dig up info about Flow and Fire and me. How did that go? Did you find anything interesting?
So the thorn in Evers and LCBI's side really was you. Did you bring me here to kill me then?
Kill you? No. I'm more curious about what it's like to keep someone as a pet. When I feel like it, I'll give you some attention. If I lose interest, I'll toss you aside. That way, I can watch you beg and call me master.
Don't perceive me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't perceive me.
Doesn't it sound fun? It's like taming a wild animal.
Your definition of fun is different than mine. The tension between us is taut like an invisible bowstring. It's pulled and pulled until a buzz interrupts the stalemate. My phone. Oh no, someone from the LCBI is calling.
You want to call for help? Allow me.
Before I can respond, Raphael grabs my phone and answers it. He starts speaking without giving the caller a chance to talk. Who is it?
Hey, I'm Tamino. Yeah, I'm the guy you're trying to arrest. I have your colleague.
Okay, cool. Just a little casual kidnapping. Cool.
I know you can trace this call to find Flowing Fire's base. But if you step into this area, she dies. So what do you plan to do?
Probably gonna be like, The other end of the line is quiet. Then they speak in a placating tone. They'll consider negotiating. But their real intentions are clear. The LCBI has no reason to give up this golden opportunity for an expendable enforcer like me. Before they can even negotiate, however, Raphael ends the call.
You poor thing. Even your colleagues are ready to sacrifice you in the name of justice.
At a loss for words, thoughts surge to the tip of my tongue only to be swallowed back. In the end, I shake my head. That's Lincoln for you. Everyone only cares about themselves. It's the status quo. Raphael, is this your way of getting back at me?
I'm not doing this all for the sake of revenge. I'm after bigger fish, the LCBI. You're just the bait to lure in those idiots so I can catch them in one go.
Fair.
Don't believe me?
I don't know. They discovered an underground vein of protocores and developed weapons powered by this energy source.
Do I look like I'm unaware of what's going on in the outside world?
Oh my god. Raphael's lips curl into a half smile as if he's mocking my good intentions.
Let them try. We'll see if their fancy bullets kill me before I rip out their throats.
Alright. There's nothing left for us to say to each other. I lower my gaze and wait for the death that could arrive at any moment.
Although, how does the third option sound?
There's a third option? What's the third option?
You can live, but only if you become a predator like me.
What?
That way, we'll be the same.
Okay. His last words are barely above a whisper. Why am I just like, okay, that's not a good idea. Is he about to bite me? He's about to, oh no. Certain I won't refuse, he quickly moves his head toward my neck. You're wrong. I'm not here to save people, the predators, or this city. Wow. only person I want to save is you. It's always been you. His fangs, mere centimeters away from my skin, pause upon hearing my words.
Do you honestly think I'll allow your lies to deceive me again?
Look at how angy. He's so angy. Believe it or not, I never once thought about leaving you behind.
Then why won't you become another predator like me? Wouldn't it be easier? Those normal people you're around are stupid and selfish. They created the predators, and now they're playing the blame game and pretending to be heroes. Will anything good come out of siding with them? Join me. I'll turn this entire city into our paradise.
Okay. Not me being like, okay, that's a bad idea. As if possessed, I close my eyes. I almost believe that the future Raphael speaks of, our future, could become a reality. Yet before his fangs pierce my skin, the door suddenly bursts open.
Freeze!
Right, but the rapid succession of clicks was funny. Dozens of guns are pointed at us. There's no way out.
Looks like your LCBI friends want us to die together. It's sort of romantic being star-crossed lovers.
Stop. Raphael remains calm as if... Did my phone just die? Yeah, my phone just died. My phone charged a little bit, so we back. Star-crossed lovers, very cute. I like that. Raphael remains calm as if he anticipated this dangerous turn of events. But in spite of that, I can't shake off the fear that he might die here.
Let's do one last gamble. I bet you can't catch me.
Alright. Am I supposed to do something? Oh. What? As his words hang in the air, a wall of fire materializes. We're separated from everyone else. The scorching heat knocks everyone off their feet. By the time I come to my senses, Raphael has disappeared. Tamino's true identity is confirmed. He's Raphael, who supposedly died during a previous arrest. As his former supervisor, I'm suspended from duty due to our ambiguous relationship. They say I'm recuperating. Why am I hearing fire still? Full on Fire issues a statement. They plan to give Lincoln a special gift on the day the 7th provision goes into effect. These events are the only thing the headlines talk about. They're featured on the front page of every major newspaper. Tucked away in a small corner of the morning paper is an unassuming announcement. Siren Song, once performed by the Serene River, will be screened tonight at the White Whale Theater. I pack up my office supplies, plan to slip away under the cover of night.
I had a cat once. It ran away from home. I know how you feel.
Winona, shut the fuck up. I don't like you. We're not friends. He's not a cat. He's a person. The voice behind me breaks the silence. It's Winona. Why am I still hearing fire? Huh? She hands me a stack of confidential documents labeled Cure for Predator Virus and walks away. Her high heels click and clack against the floor. The one I want to save, I don't care about humanity, the predators, or even the city. It's always been Raphael. He's the only one who reached for my hand without any hesitation. Why am I still hearing that? There, okay, what do I know? What? 3 days later. The flames of conflict spread from the southern district to the city center. With unrest ready to explode like a powder keg, the authorities have imposed a 24-hour curfew. Even in broad daylight, the usual bustling streets are eerily deserted. In the dimly lit room, the screen flickers. It shows Raphael slowly sinking into the water as he stands on the barge. I realize something. I never truly understood him. He's the opera singer, a predator, and after our reunion, the leader of Flowing Fire. But who is he really? Maybe I want more than a fleeting embrace. I yearn to witness his journey until the end of time. The theater's main door swings open. A backlit figure walks down the steps, its form sticking out like a sore thumb against the light. I turn to see who it is, and I'm not surprised. You knew I was here.
The LCBI HQ is nothing but rubble now. I didn't see you there. I guess you don't even appreciate the performance I meticulously created for you.
I didn't know you were gonna do... Bitch. He navigates the narrow aisle and sits next to me. Now that Lincoln is your stage, do you really need me in the audience? His expression slowly hardens, and a chill settles over his features.
Do you think I care what happens to this city?
Maybe. No. Not at all. His head is slightly lowered. His face is like a canvas where light and shadow intertwine.
It's easy for me to get what other people desire. Always has been. But I never knew what I truly wanted for myself. When I figured it out, well, I have no intention of letting her go. I'll do whatever it takes to make her mine.
Oh my god. Bye. I say, why now? Not. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'm leaving. A faint rumbling seeps through the walls. Outside, the predators howl like cornered beasts. I have no idea who will win, yet that doesn't matter to me. I know what you're thinking. Do you want to turn me into one of the predators? Alright then, go ahead. I throw my arms around him. Raphael freezes for a moment before he hugs me back. Turn me into someone who's just like you. And we'll always be together, right? Does he bite me? This is like being turned into a vampire by your vampire lover. It's like, oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry. His fangs graze the side of my neck before they sink into my skin. The bite is gentle. It's as if he's afraid of hurting me. Blood trickles down my neck and it stains his lips in a dark crimson.
Do you want to leave this place?
Don't whisper to me like that. Yes.
Let's start a new life in another city.
Okay. Time seems to slow down, yet also pass in the blink of an eye. I touch the bite mark on my neck. I don't think I ever told you. What? I don't think I ever told you I can't become a predator. What? You are a weird one. This is a weird thing. But for the predators like you have gone into a frenzy, my blood seems to have a soothing effect. He falls to his knees. I cradle his face in my hands. Fellow, I will never become like you. But I need you to trust me right now. In exchange, I'll give you true freedom. Oh. Over the next month, a whirlwind of major events unfold. The initiative against predators was declared a failure for the first time. However, on the day the 7th provision was to go in effect, Ever's past experiments were exposed. Everything was revealed on flyers that touched every nook and cranny of the city. While the source remains a mystery, the evidence itself is conclusive and irrefutable. Ever's experiments to artificially create predators go as far back as 20 years ago. They even hid the cure so they could maintain control over the predators. Meanwhile, the LCBI made a public announcement. Flow and Fire was eliminated. Now I was appointed as chief enforcer to oversee actions related to predators.
Let me tell you about what I saw that day.
Shut up, nobody cares. Sorry.
Flow and Fire's leader, Tamino or Tamabobo, I don't remember, was kneeling in front of our best enforcer. She's our chief now.
Shut up.
Yeah, she even said, the target and bounty are mine. Get your own.
Y'all
At least it
didn't
was
see
something
anything.
like that.
Y'all didn't see anything. You're making it up, bitches.
She wouldn't even loosen her grip on the chain. Talk about being motivated. I never saw someone so determined to take credit.
Shut up.
Quiet, everyone. Our new chief is here.
Oh, I know Nona's still around. As soon as I enter the conference room, countless uncertain gazes land on me. I'd like to announce that we confirmed the death of Tamino, the leader of Flow and Fire. The body has been disposed of. We've made a significant milestone in our efforts against the predators. I'm also sure you heard the rumors. A series of measures against the predators will be slowly implemented, and Ever will be brought to trial for their actions. A wave of whispers ripple through the room. It quickly subsides. No one dares to voice any objections. Are there any questions? I meet every person's gaze as I scan the room. The silence remains. Alright then, this concludes our meeting. Dim lights cast long shadows along the empty corridors of an abandoned building. This is one of the many facilities that were exposed when Ever's crimes came to light. It's a research base, and its purpose was to conduct experiments on the predators. There's a containment cell on B1 floor. It was used to confine uncooperative predators. As footsteps echo, a figure stirs behind the bars of the cell.
You liar.
You should have been more careful. What happened? What happened? Bitch, we were doing so
What are
good.
you going to do? Will I become your lab rat?
No.
Your plaything? Or...
No, that's not the I'll be mad. I switch on an abandoned surgical light from the operating table, and it illuminates Raphael's face. His gaze meets mine. Confusion and hatred are evident in his eyes. He always assumed the worst of me. But when the LCBI raided Ever's underground lab, they found a few intriguing new gadgets. They said this spray can make a predator go into a frenzy. Should be tested out. Oh! Bitch! You're kind of rude. I'm upset about this. What do you mean? Not waiting for him to respond, I press the nozzle. A fine mist touches the exposed skin of my wrist. The scent is barely noticeable to me, but how will Raphael perceive it? By the way, the 7th provision will be put on hold for now. The authorities are working on a solution that satisfies the predators and the general population. Given all the factors at play, wouldn't you agree this is the best outcome? No, you have him chained up in a cell. What are you talking about? What's going on? Explain. MC, explain. Explain. Stop treating him like a pet. Oh my god, is he blushing? I crouch down and reach between the cage's bars to stroke his head. The faint scent of my wrist wafts around him. New policies will be implemented, and the bridge spanning the river will serve as the new boundary. The predators will be free to establish their own community. Everyone will live separately without interfering in each other's affairs.
I never saw you as an idealist.
I'm not.
Even if Ever is no more, there are others.
That's irrelevant. Actually, no, it's not. From the very beginning, you're the only one I wanted to whisk wet. You know what? Actually, yes. Raphael's skin becomes hot to the touch. A feverish heat engulfs him, and the muzzle strapped to his face snaps. I notice a hint of emotions I've never seen before in his eyes. I'm surprised my spirits are lifted ever so slightly. Tamina, let's play one last game. If you win, I'll set you free. How does that sound? I don't understand what's happening. This is my promise to you. I don't understand. You're about to send me into the thingy, aren't you? You're about to send me into the thingy. Once that little camera thing goes away,
What am I to you?
I don't know.
A madman? A monster? Or just a pitiful prisoner?
I'm gonna be so honest with you. I feel like I have missed something. I fear I've missed something. I fear I've missed something. What's happening? Oh my god, we're the toxic one. I'm sorry, hold on. Why am I like, wait, why are we being Caleb right now? I'm gonna keep you in a little cage to myself. No one can have you. Okay, I'm done. Anyways, quick time events, right? I'll help you remember who you are.
Too scared to open the cage?
No, I just wasn't ready. Stop doing that face.
Don't act like you know me.
That's hot, honestly. Sorry, what?
This isn't enough. The desire to devour and consume someone. You feel it too, right?
What? I don't know what's going on. It'll be over soon. What do you mean? Oh. Did you have to make him go into a frenzy for this? Oh. We get to play with his face.
That's quite enough.
Is it though? I wanna play.
You're checking my teeth. There's a muzzle here.
I'm having way too much fun. Hi. Oh my god, you have a cutie little face. Wow. There.
I'm not a toy you can just play with.
I know, but you're cute. I like you. Oh, I need to move closer if I want to find the activator. I'm afraid. Hey, yo, let's go. Having too much fun. I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm sorry. My bad. Oh. Shit. Oh.
What is this supposed to be? Another plan of yours?
Initiating full body scan of the target.
There's a lot of feelings I'm having right now. This is crazy. Are you serious? Oh, oh. Whoa. Wow. Just belly rubs. Holy. Go back up! Go back up! Go back up! I like how we're just feeling him up. Like, hello? I found it! No, I didn't. Oh.
Where did you learn to do that?
What did I just do, though? What did I do? Don't move. What did I do? I have a lot of questions.
I won't repeat myself. Let go of me.
You're very cute when you're angry. Oh! That's crazy. I have to be ready. On his neck. Oh! Found it!
Exposing your weaknesses to a monster. Only a fool would do that to tame a beast.
I have to be ready. Hold on. Okay, that's something. It's lagging. Please don't kill
Ever
me.
seen a world consumed by want? When the heart's true desire is the only thing left, everything else fades away.
That's crazy. Oh. First of all, what?
Are you the only thing I can see clearly?
Did she need to bite him on the neck to accomplish this? Was that necessary? Yes. Yes. Nestled in the northern part of a peninsula lies Verona. In the mountain's embrace, the town is kissed by a southern sea. It is a close-knit community. Even the smallest tidbit of news becomes a hot topic. It spreads from one corner to another over cups of tea and dinner tables. As for the latest gossip, there's a grand old mansion by the sea. It's been empty for years, but it recently got new owners last month.
They painted the whole place white and even made the floor-to-ceiling windows face the sea. It's stunning.
The gentleman buys the bouquet for his lover every day before heading home. He has yet to miss a day.
I'm fine.
That explains why she visited my shop and ordered a dozen beautiful vases. She was smiling when she said she'd come back for more.
Through their vivid storytelling, the townspeople learn that the newcomers are from a city called Lincoln. Well, the convertible comes to a stop on a coastal road. Breathtaking scenery unfolds before our eyes. The white beach's sand is as soft as silk beneath our feet. This small town, nestled between the mountains and the sea, feels like a gift from the heavens. Hi. Look at him. This is where you used to live? It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you remember it? After that day, I resigned from my position at LCBI, collected my savings, and left Lincoln with Raphael. Thanks to my careful planning, everyone believed the leader of Flow and Fire had met his end in the prison. As for Raphael, he left behind his days as a predator. We confessed our feelings to each other, so we knew it was time to leave the chaotic city behind and start a new life together. Have you thought about what you might do for a living here?
How does an antique shop sound? Owning a bookstore or an art gallery works too. I'm okay with any of those.
Oh. And the art gallery?
Why?
I think it's because after a certain night, I had a dream that felt just as real and similar to the present. In my dream, he lived a life full of joy. I want to make that our reality.
Sure, since that's what you want. Turning our home into a proper art studio might be a little tough, though.
Regardless of the path we choose, beyond the threshold of our future are endless possibilities. And that world is our oyster. Yeah. 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 Yep, 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 yep. Yep, 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 yep. Yeah. I don't want to see the bad ending. Okay, instead of what I've done for the other two, which is go to Kendall 1 and not do the sanity, I'm gonna do the Kendall 3 and not hit the activator. Because I don't know if there's something else that happens there, like an animation or something. So I just have to not press it. I swear if this one makes me cry, like Zane's, I'm gonna fight somebody. Anyways. I was still so confused by why he was in a cage, but now I get it. She's just like, I am protecting you. But for this one, she sprayed frenzy stuff on her. She made him frenzy. Like, what are you doing? If you get killed, that's on you, bitch. I don't want this. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Exposing your weaknesses to a monster.
Oh,
Only
this
a
is
fool
the
would
you
do that to
lose,
tame
you
a beast.
lost thing, Mabob. Mabu. I hate that it lags right
Ever
here.
seen a world consumed by want? When the heart's true desire is the only thing left, everything else fades away.
I'm not pressing it. I failed.
It looks like you lost.
Okay, listen. That face is crazy, though. That face is crazy. I can't believe they showed us that. Oh. Huh? As my consciousness fades, I taste the metallic tang of blood on my lips. Raphael gently licks it away. Raphael stands up. The chains drag on the floor, and he pins me against the wall.
Don't be afraid. This dull existence will disappear like a bad dream.
A pale, thin light falls across the upper half of his face. His eyes gleam with a manic intensity.
Why don't I just lock you up? You'll live in this cage from now on. Doesn't that sound nice?
No. Like the surging tides, his voice pulls me into the depths of a boundless sea.
Our promise. It's okay if I'm the only one who keeps it. We'll always be together. Until the end of time.
I'm traumatized. Is he gonna keep me in a cage? Is that what's happened? What happened? Hey, Pookie. How you doing? I don't know what happened. I'm gonna be so real. I should have read between the lines, but I didn't. Anyways, this was interesting because, and you know what? The more I think about it, the more I'm like, I really appreciate this story, because in like real, like who we know as Raphael, he's very expressive. He's very emotional. He's pouty. He's a brat. Like all of this stuff. He's joyful and creative, expressive, and in this one, he is hollow. That's the best word that I can describe for it. He's hollow. And it's so interesting to see that he still has emotions, but he's not, like, it's almost like the link in his brain was severed. He knows he has them, but he can't express them, you know? It's interesting to see Raphael in a different light, too. He's, like, so loyal and so... He's very childlike. He's very... I don't know. This was, like, really... It was sad from, like, start to finish. Well, not... The good ending was happy. I was like, thank God. They worked it out. But yeah, I was like, from the beginning, I'm just like, bro, this is depressing and I'm sad. What the fuck? But I enjoyed seeing a different version of Raphael. If anything, I feel like this made me appreciate the bratty, silly, expressive Raphael more, because we could have had a Raphael who was closed off, and that would have been tragic. So I liked this one. I did. And the bad ending wasn't as like, it was traumatizing, but like Zane's, I literally can't express to you how bad that Zane ending got me. I don't want to talk about it. I'll live in a cage. It's fine. That sounds so bad, but you know what I mean. My God. Anyways, they're in Verona being all romantic and shit. It's cute. I love it. Y'all. Seriously. This whole banner event has been a fever trip.